This is going to be the bike that takes me around the world. In our next phase of that, we'll be entering into South America, where I plan on taking about 2 years to visit every single country. We'll see what happens with Venezuela, but I'm gonna be attempting to try to get into every country that I'm allowed to go into. Tonight, our job is to pull the engine as well as the suspension to be able to take it to Mike Takamoto out in Vegas. The bike has just under 30,000 miles on it. If you're interested in more details on this motorcycle, I have an entire video about it and the pros and cons of the KTM 500. Now that I have thousands and thousands of miles of camping on this bike, I know exactly what I want to change, exactly what I want to tweak and add. And so really, this build is going to showcase making this bike exactly how I want it. The night is ticking away. Let's pull this engine. Now, while I am extremely excited to start this project, I do have one little confession I have to make. I have never done this before. So I've obviously had a lot of experience around motorcycles, especially this bike itself, but I have personally never pulled an engine out of a motorcycle by myself before. And while I would consider myself relatively mechanically inclined, this is completely a new experience for me. Okay, now if I'm correct, it should all just come off right now. Oh, I guess we gotta obviously take this guy out. This should all come out. Another reason I wanted to experience this and pull this engine is I really do believe that the more I familiarize myself with my motorcycle and I become a better mechanic, the more calming and confident I can be while I am riding my motorcycle. And so being that we're going down to South America, it is just that much further away from home, and we are gonna go into some very remote areas alone. So I really think having this knowledge just makes me more confident and actually makes my motorcycle trip even safer. One thing you can also notice is that I'm going to be bagging everything up. I need to be able to remember where all these bolts go, and so I'm putting them in bags and writing exactly where they came from. So when I go to put this back, I don't get lost and confused. Woo-hoo-hoo! Once that exhaust was taken off, I finished taking off this frame guard, plastic frame guard, zipped all that up, and now we are breaking loose the rest of this exhaust pipe. And this is also a part of the engine mount. And so there's 3 bolts that we got to take off, and they're on there pretty firm. Pull that off and get this last engine mount bolt off there. Then after we pull that off, we got 2 things on the cylinder head right here with a spark plug cap, as well as the engine coolant temperature sensor. All right, let's give it a flip. All right, we're gonna see if we can break this off. We might have to do some little gymnastics right here. Kind of hold this. I think we got it. I think we got it. Yes. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. I'm holding on to this rear brake. That's why I'm behind here. That's why it kind of looks weird. And that rear brake is making so this tire doesn't spin. This chain stays tight so that it can take this counter shaft bolt off. Holy cow. Yeah, lots of Loctite on that one. Now, at this moment, there really isn't anything that I haven't done before. This is all pretty easy for me. However, while I'm very calm in this moment, it is quite comical to see just how deep over my head I am about to get myself into on this project. I, in this moment, have no idea how extensive this is going to be and how much time it is going to take. I'm just kind of in my naive own little world right here, doing the easy stuff, feeling all confident. You'll see here in a little bit, we're in for a rude awakening. Now, apart from huge amounts of curiosity to further understand this machine, what is mostly fueling me was actually the clock. So I started filming this video at around 10 o'clock at night, and I needed to get to Vegas the next morning in time to drop this motor and suspension off. Why didn't I do it before? Well, I am a procrastinator, guys, and I have also been very busy, but yeah, I'm a procrastinator through and through. Now with the rear shock being taken out, we can actually hinge and pivot the subframe up, and we're actually going to get a little creative and use a rope right here. So this is how we can pivot without having to disconnect any electrical, take the airbox apart or anything like that. And we can hoist up this subframe and get it out of the way to pull the engine out. Okay guys, I think this engine's ready to come out. Take these two engine mount bolts off. After that, I think it's just it'll be hanging there. There's a little bit of finesse trying to get these out. Here we go. Okay, that whole thing just shifted forward. Oh yeah. Holy cow. Yes! The deed is done. That was fun. It took me, it's my first time ever doing this, and it took me 4 hours to get it out. 4 hours filming as well, so it takes a bit longer, but yeah, it looks weird without it. Without an engine, and this sucker's heavy. Last thing I gotta do is take the front forks off. So this bike is really gonna be kind of just hanging. The swing arm is detached from it. I've got some zip ties holding it on. Exciting stuff. Tomorrow we will go and take this to Vegas. I'm gonna go to bed, it's late. Let's go to bed. The next morning, I woke up, loaded up my car, and made my way to Vegas. I even made a pit stop for some pizza.
We are just pulling in, coming in Ricky Bobby.
Mike is financially sponsoring all of this work himself, something by no means does he have to do. So I felt a little pizza, felt like a good little gesture of gratitude showing up.
All right, guys, we got the motor delivered and the suspension at Takamoto. Secured the merch. Most important part, not really, but you know.
After dropping everything off, the waiting game began, but I was prepared. I had made some plans to distract myself. For one, it was my boss's birthday, and he invited a group of his friends to do a spearfishing trip off the coast of Baja.
All right, guys, spearfishing, Mateo, 40th birthday. Let's go see if we can catch some fish.
Apart from being one of my best friends, I of course also cannot say no to going to Mexico.
If I was gonna get shot by a buddy, I want to get shot with this.
You go straight to Valhalla. That's straight to Valhalla right there. That is a warrior's death. How tall is that? Well, that's 7 feet, 6.
It's like 6 feet.
Wow. Did I say you could stop?
It was an incredible trip. I got to make some new friends, and during that time, I shot my first ever marlin with a spear gun. And I'll tell you this, it was absolutely terrifying and one of the most gnarly things I've ever done. Apart from sharks swimming with killer whales and swarms of fish with swords on their nose, it was terrifying. Some things happened, but I will save that story for another time. We spent about a week fishing and were quite successful. Everyone was able to fill a cooler full of meat to take home, and we even had enough meat to give to the locals as well. Then I got back to the States, and Mike was keeping me updated and sent me pictures like this. Lap of Americas or bust on a brand new piston. When I saw that picture, I knew we were getting close, and the thought of being on my motorcycle in South America was just driving me crazy. Then one morning, this text came in. Go time, baby. Now, originally the plan was for Mike to do the engine and suspension and then ship it back to me. But after a little bit more talking, Mike actually offered for me to take the motorcycle up to Vegas and to help me put the engine back in. I said yes, of course.
All right, my friends, we have made it to Vegas, and let the craziness begin.
I thought it might take a day or two, but when I got to Vegas, Mike had very different plans than I did.
What's up, Moto Buddies? Mike here from Taco Moto Co. I have Landon Bischoff. Now, Landon, he's one of my favorite guys on the YouTubes as far as like adventure traveler.
So I show Mike this. Mike's over here. He comes in, he stands next to it, and he's like, yeah, this might take more than one day. So
Freaking A, dude. We are going to...
Basically, Mike was not impressed with my bike. And where my mentality is more like, it'll be all right, it's okay, Mike is the opposite.
This throttle cable is going to be replaced. We are going to replace it. That's getting changed. We'll be here for 3-5 days. He might be here for 5 days.
there's the doctor himself.
Yeah.
And
So Landon brought his bike in, and I think he had a high level of confidence. Here's the thing. He's already abused this bike. Bike's already got a ton of miles on it. Now he's gonna get on it again and go to South America. So this bike needs to be like factory fresh, needs to be factory certified. And basically what we're gonna do is, at this point, it's not good enough. We're not there yet. So we're gonna strip this thing. We're gonna completely frame this bike. So basically that means in the next scene, you will see this bike with nothing more than just the naked frame. Every single thing will be off it. We're gonna take the harness out, the electrical harness.
I didn't know we were going this primo, but I'm not opposed to it. So it's kind of exciting. It's gonna be good.
Put your scuba gear on. We're diving deep.
Yeah.
And so when the boss says it's not good enough, I mean,
At this point, it's not good enough.
there ain't much you can say. So that's when it changed from a rebuild to the process of making this motorcycle the most off-road capable adventure motorcycle money can buy. So let the ultimate bike build begin.
All right, guys, we got the subframe off, and now I'm gonna work on radiators. We also got a lot of the harness pulled back, and it feels so weird to see my bike like this.
Now, to meet Mike's standards, every bolt must come off of this machine. And here you can see me working on the cooling system, taking off the radiators. Then the wiring harness, which runs the entire length of the motorcycle.
Making pretty good progress, right? Like, yeah. I mean, I think the harness is ready to just kind of come out right now.
I start to disassemble all of the connections in the front of the bike, starting with the headlight.
Bye-bye Baja Designs. This is the Trailtech GPS mount that we're pulling out right now. This was very problematic, this charger. Still, we'll see what Mike says if he wants to try to put another one in, but it's amazing when it works, but the charger is not a good design in my opinion. These pins get kind of corroded. There's no way to charge the GPS without using this unit. If this is messing up, then you're out, you know, and so anyways.
Then I work around the bars and disconnect the ignition switch. And then from there, the wired harness is essentially free and ready to be completely separated from the chassis.
All right, guys, we are progressing super well. Harness is about ready to come out, I'd say. Curious if I actually do have it all out, and it just needs to be pulled around, but yeah, time to find out.
I gotta take all this off still to make it through this hole. I think we can get that out maybe.
There it is. The entire nervous system of that bike.
I would never do this if I was alone. I would look at this. I would never do that.
Once the harness is freed away, I work back on the bars and remove the front brake. This leaves the handlebars essentially free, and then we remove the bar risers and the front fender. And now there's really only one more thing left. The triple clamps, which is the part of the bike that holds the front suspension. Once that's removed, the bike is finally completely stripped to the frame, and man, does it feel weird to see it this way.
Oh. Triple clamp! Yeah, it does.
Oh, yeah. I'm guessing you did not think it was going to turn into this.
No, I had no clue. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo, guys.
We have got everything off of this frame, except for the pegs. Those will eventually come off too, though. But we're not gonna powder coat it or paint or anything. We'll just keep all the beauty marks on it, keep some character, so people will believe us when we say how many miles it has on it. So it's all sparkly, and now it is time to. I don't actually know what I'm gonna do right now. I gotta ask Mike what he wants me to do actually. Alrighty guys, it's about 7:30 right now. I just got back from dinner. Everyone's gone home and going to sleep. But I'm gonna keep cranking out. I'm actually staying the night here, which feels really fun that I get to have a little slumber party with all of these really cool motorcycles. Mike has given me my homework, and I'll show it to you guys right here. Basically, guys, I'm just gonna be doing a whole bunch of cleaning. My levers are all grody. We'll change some of them. Horn, we'll give it a little bit of love. This is my front brake, my rear brake. I need to clean all of that, get it all up to Mike's standard, because my standards are a lot lower, guys. It's been really funny. I mean, look at this. This is like aviation style, all these little details on this stuff. You know, most of these are brand new bikes. It's not very common that, and I don't even know if they really offer it, like something that we're doing. Brand new bikes come in, all the parts are getting added on that the client wants, start getting built out, they go on the dyno, they get broken in on the dyno, which is like a pretty cool thing. And then this one's mine. There's the engine right there. Super stoked. It looks really good, honestly. Baby girl.
Once I was done yapping, I began my homework Mike gave me for the night. Starting off with packing these steering stem bearings, making sure grease is forced deep into the inside of each one. But before I could finish Mike's homework, I actually had another commitment that stopped me. Midnight was getting closer and my daily Duolingo Portuguese study streak was at risk.
Shoot, guys, I gotta do my Duolingo. I'm learning Portuguese so that when we get to Brazil, podemos falar português. Bom dia, tudo bem? A minha marido, simpático.
After that crisis was averted, I finished up my last few tasks and then began winding down for the night. Now, at this moment, guys, I began to get a bit reflective. Maybe it was the lack of sleep and I was just exhausted, or maybe it was because I realized in this exact moment something very beautiful and special was happening. You see, everything up to this point, we were mostly taking things apart, breaking things down, and when I started this, I actually had a running motorcycle. Now, while it's true that all of this has been progress, it still seemed to be taking me further away from the obvious goal of having an actual running bike. However, now I realize I'm at a turning point. I've sacrificed, and now everything from here on is up. No more taking things off. Rather, now I will be putting things on. Out with the old and in with the new. This is a special moment. With my freshly cleaned, bare frame, it felt like I had a blank canvas in front of me. But not only was my bike a canvas, but simultaneously, the canvas of my life for the next 2 years was also on an exciting trajectory. Blank, but open and bare, ready for creation. And as this bike gets closer to being done, so does filling in the canvas of my life with chasing my dream of seeing what the world is like on my motorcycle. And now with all the new parts here, exciting sponsorships, everything feels like it's finally all aligning and I can finally begin creating again. If you've liked this video, you're going to want to make sure you're subscribed, because up next, we'll be showing all of the improvements, changes, and aftermarket parts I've chosen to go onto this bike. And when we're all done building, myself and this motorcycle will get on a plane and fly to Bogota, Colombia to begin our 2-year journey of visiting every country in South America. I hope you follow along. If you'd like more community and connection, or just want to support me, I'd encourage you to check out a Patreon subscription. There are 3 pricing tiers with a price really designed for anybody. Either way, as always, cheers my friends, and we'll see you on the next one.